So my name is Katterina Sparrer. I'm the Senior Manager of Global Brand Communications at Ascendion, and today I'm very excited to be speaking with Rohini Williams about Agentic AI, the new operating model for private equity-backed engineering. Rohini, it's great to have you here. Could you please tell us a bit about yourself?
Thanks, Katterina. Great to be here as well. I'm Rohini Williams, and I am the Senior Vice President, and I lead the whole Private Equity and Restructuring practice at Ascendion. Very happy to be here.
Excellent. So let's get right into it. How is Agentic AI changing the conversation between private equity firms and their portfolio companies around value creation?
That's a very good question, Katterina. The conversation has shifted. Can we cut costs with AI to can we redesign the operating model with AI, right? PE firms are looking at three levers, which they traditionally have and are still looking at it. But the third angle to it that has come in is the speed, right? So top line, is it AI-driven growth, sales, pricing, and customer expansion? Bottom line, have we leveraged AI for operations, support functions? And the third most important thing, velocity. How fast a company can execute post-acquisition, right? All of these decisions are taken by a private equity firm even before they start looking at now identifying the right kind of diamonds that they want to polish for a better MOIC. So that's exactly where it is heading. Is not can we cut costs with AI, but it is can we redesign the operating model with AI to increase top line, to decrease bottom line with velocity.
Excellent. Thank you. And so when a private equity firm acquires a company, where should Agentic AI fit into the early transformation plan? And why does it matter so early?
I mean, they are thinking it very early, even like I said, before they acquire a company, but the strategy should be in the first 90 days, but not as an IT initiatives, but as a core value creation lever. The mistakes firms are making is waiting for data readiness. Right? And we have many players who are saying that you need to be data ready before implementing AI. But the smarter approach is to identify 2 or 3 impactful workflows, can be customer service, can be engineering, claims, finance op, deploy an agentic layer on top of existing systems and start generating outcomes immediately. That increases the confidence factor for the portco to start leveraging AI. AI should sit alongside pricing, go-to-market, cost transformation, and not behind them.
And you said 90 days. Why specifically that time frame?
So every private equity, Katterina, comes up with a 100-day plan. It's called a 100-day plan, but essentially can be across the entire year. But the fact of the matter is in the first 100 days is the value creation thesis has been made and is challenged that is it possible to implement it fast for a portco. For every private equity, if it's a failure, has to be a fast failure. Right? And if it is a success, we need to reap benefits and industrialize the success.
Okay, great. Thank you. So how does running engineering on an Agentic AI model change a story when it's time to sell a company?
Substantially. It fundamentally changes the quality of earnings narrative completely. Instead of saying we reduce costs through headcount optimization, what are we saying to the market? We built a scalable AI narrative operating model, right? We are AI native. That translates to higher margins, repeatable growth systems. Buyers, remember, always pay for durability and scalability, not that one-time efficiency. Agentic AI can turn operational improvements into a structural advantage, which lifts the valuations and the MOIC.
Thank you. So how do you take what Agentic AI delivers inside an engineering team and connect it to the numbers a board actually cares about?
You can translate everything into 3 numbers that the board really cares about: revenue expansion, EBITDA expansion, and cash flow efficiency. I'm just going to give you an example. AI in customer service, faster resolution, higher retention, the revenue is lifted, right? You look at AI in operations, lower cost per transaction, so that results in EBITDA expansion. AI in engineering, right, which is what is very core to Ascendion, faster releases, quicker monetization, velocity, and growth. So if it doesn't map to those three, EBITDA, revenue expansion, and cash flow, it doesn't matter at the board level.
Understood. What are private equity firms missing by treating agentic AI as an IT initiative rather than a core operating model?
They are massively underestimating it. If AI sits in IT, it becomes a tool deployment exercise. The ROI becomes incremental. If AI is treated as an operating model transformation, it reshapes how work gets done across the company. It impacts every value creation lever. The delta is the difference between 1 to 2% of margin improvement versus 10 to 20% of enterprise value lift. So are you going to be looking at that 2%, 3% of margin improvement? Or are you going to be looking at a 20% enterprise value lift or a higher MOIC for that asset? So that's the miss, right? So we cannot be seeing AI sitting within IT. It has to be sitting across all business functions within a portco.
You gave one example for workflows. Are there any other examples you can expand on?
Other example would be what is very close to our heart, which is the whole engineering, which is core to the client. We're talking about non-core things around finance, customer care, operations, which are non-core. But what we should be looking at is, if we can transform the core, then very quickly we can transform the non-core as well. So start with the core, which has higher impact on your revenue realization.
Thank you again to Rohini for an excellent conversation. If you'd like to learn more about the impact Ascendion is making in the private equity space, please head over to our website, ascendion.com.